Hello and welcome to the Granite State Yarns podcast. My name is Lauren and I am the dyer behind Granite State Yarns. So this is my podcast where I talk about my knitting, my pattern work, my yarn dyeing. So I hope you enjoy it. If you are brand new, welcome. If you're a returning viewer, welcome back. I hope that you got to watch some of my Vlogmas episodes this December. We had a really fun time kind of letting you all in on how we live our December lives around here. So that was a little bit crazy, like it always is, but had a good time anyway. So I'm excited to be back podcasting. It's been a couple of months, maybe 3 months. It's been a while since the last time I podcast in this sort of format. So I am excited to get back to this. So I also have a ton of things to talk about. I don't know if I'm going to be exactly on remember everything that I was talking about months ago. So we're just going to do the best that we can. I've accumulated a lot of stuff. This might be a while, but it's going to be fun. So you can find me at my website, www.granitestateyarns.com. You can also find me on Instagram at Granite State Yarns. And yeah, so let's get into it. I think this should go well. Did I mention today is Wednesday, January 18th? I don't remember if I said that, but if you are curious, it is Wednesday, January 18th. Tomorrow is my 40th birthday. Yay. So I don't know when this is going to be up, but January 19th is my 40th birthday. So woohoo. Did I say 2022 or 2023? Because it's 2023. I don't even know. What is going on? Anyone else still recovering from the holiday wildness, or am I alone there? So, all right, where shall we begin? I think let's get into finished objects. We'll do that. So my first finished object that we'll talk about is my first chance shawl. So if you followed along during Vlogmas, you saw me opening up my little mini skeins every day. This was my first time as a yarn dyer to have my own, December 1st through December 24th mini skein opening up every day, and then having a big skein to open up on Christmas Day. So this is the shawl that I ended up making with all of my minis. It is the First Chance Shawl by Charknit. And you can see all of these really super cool colors. I love this shawl. I've already worn it a ton. I've gotten a ton of compliments. Everybody notices this shawl because it is super bright. I have not technically added the tassels to it yet. I am planning to. I just haven't gotten around to it, and I was just really excited to start wearing it, and then realized, I don't know, a few days after I had been wearing it, I completely forgot about doing the tassels. So hopefully I will get that done eventually, but I'm still going to call this a finished object. So I love this shawl. It's really big. I'm not getting an excellent view of it here, but it's really nice and big, very warm and comfortable. And I often wear it like most of my triangle shawls, slightly off center in the front, wrap it around, easy peasy. Love it. Occasionally I'll wear it the other way as I don't know, kind of more of a granny shawl kind of thing. I don't know. I don't mean to I hope that's not offensive to anybody, but I don't know, the way that you would expect a grandmother to walk around with her shawl. And believe me, I'm turning 40, so I am not bothered by grandmothers. That's great. So anyway, what am I even saying? Anyway, yes, so this is the First Chance shawl, and you can see that I have these little eyelets, these little eyelet rows in between each of the minis. This was just a plain undyed skein of yarn that I used for that. So I loved this pattern. It was really simple and mindless, really easy to memorize. So it just showcased all of these amazing colors. So fun. And the Second Chance shawl is very similar. It's just instead of using all the different colors, you basically switch. So these big stripes would be your main color, and then these little eyelet sections would be the different colors. So I may or may not use these colors to do a Second Chance shawl, or I might try something else, make it scrappy with all of my scrappy sock yarn that I have. I haven't completely decided what I'm going to do, but it would be kind of fun to do it with these minis too, and maybe just do them in like a different order. I bet you it would look really different. So I don't know, that's going to be something probably off into the future. I've got tons of other things, so I always like trying new things. And so I think I'm going to put my super colorful minis away for a little bit, and we'll maybe go back to them another time. But definitely highly recommend the shawl. It's a great pattern, really well written. The other thing that I really liked about the pattern is that each section, each row had the stitch count all like charted out for you and everything. So you could check off after each row and could count as you were going along to make sure that everything was going to work and that you didn't miss anything. That was really helpful. So definitely that's like such a nice addition to patterns when pattern designers do that. So I was really happy about that. So that is my first chance shawl. So I also have a stack of socks here. These are all done. Some of these, if you follow me on Instagram, you've probably heard about, but I'm going to talk about them quickly here anyway. These are some no-show shorties. These are the Basic Knitted Slippers by Karima Ali. And I've worn them, so they're a little bit kind of stretched out a little bit. But I knit these in the Mandy's Makings Summer Sock Camp 2021, I think it was, her colorway. I had some left over from the socks that I had knit like way back in that summer sock camp. And so I decided to use them to make these no-show socks. My friend Danielle from Midwest Stitches has been talking about this pattern and how much she loves it. And this really is a great free no-show sock pattern. Been trying to like find one that I like, that I enjoy knitting, that gets a good fit. And this one definitely is working for me. So I have narrow feet, really high arches. And so some of the patterns that I've been working on, I mean, this is something that we talked about months ago, but one pattern, I just didn't really like the techniques for knitting it. It fit fine, but it was also a very expensive pattern and I wasn't too pleased with that for what I got out of it. There was only one size option. It wasn't really easy to kind of adjust. So I tried a different one. That one I liked a little bit better. It was another free pattern, but it didn't fit me very well at all. It was way too loose. I mean, the designer suggested knitting it looser. These were way too loose for me. And because of my really high arch, it was like you could actually see the bottom of my foot, like when I would wear them. They were just so like short, I guess. So I didn't really enjoy how those came out. And then Danielle was talking about this pattern and how much she liked it. And I decided to give it a try, and these are great. So I'm really happy. It's been a couple months since I knit these, so I don't remember like mega specifics about them. But they were fun to knit really fast. I think next time I'm going to knit them a little bit longer. I followed the pattern exactly, and they do fit fine, but they are very snug. I think I would like to put just a couple more rows in there, maybe like 5 more rows, just to give it a little bit more length. But I don't want to go too much because I don't want to make the socks loose. But I feel like they could probably just use just a little bit more. So that's these socks. I also have these shorties that I finished up again months ago. This was knit in Daisy Stitch Co. Succulent Garden, and it came with a little purple mini, and I just put one little stripe there down at the toe. This pattern is my own pattern. It is the Arethusa Falls Socks pattern. I did the shorty version. You can see it's a nice like textured pattern along the front of the sock. Let's get that to, there we go. This yarn is so pretty. It looks so nice with this pattern. Like, it's such a simple knit, but these are great. I haven't worn them yet, but I'm excited to have them when the weather gets a little bit warmer. So that's these socks. I have a DK set of pair of socks here. This is yarn that I dyed myself. It was just a one-of-a-kind, kind of playing around with my dyes. It's showing up really super blue on this camera here. They're a little more green in real life. There's greens and purples and pinks here. Super pretty. And this is the Holly White Socks pattern by McKaylee of Breaking Yarn. She has written that pattern for fingering weight socks, and this is DK. So I just did a little bit of adjusting so that way I could use the pattern on a DK weight. Really simple to do that if you've ever, if you know really anything about, well, how would I explain this? So like you could use the Crazy Sock Ladies DK pattern, and then just along the front, you're just going to use the Holly White Sock pattern, and you're just not going to do it as many times because it's only, like for these, I think this is a 48 stitch, in the round. So you're just not going to knit as many repeats, but it's really simple, really straightforward. So really enjoyed these, and I think that the nice little the little blips on the Holly White Sock pattern, it's very subtle, especially with the variegation in the color here, but it's still really cute. I think that this pattern works really well for like a solid color or a self-striping. It can get a little bit lost when your yarn is variegated. I was hoping that it wasn't going to get too lost because these aren't like super crazy variegated. And I think they did work out all right. But yeah, you can definitely see them. They're really cute. It's such a sweet little, almost like a polka dot pattern. Not exactly polka dots, but those little pearl bumps, they just kind of remind me of polka dots. It's really cute. All right, and then the last finished object that I have is this one here. This is my Zebra Yarns Advent. This for, 2022. So this year's Zebra Yarns Advent. This I opened up, I believe, like the last day of my Vlogmas, and then worked on these for the 12 days of Christmas. I believe I finished it a day late, but not too bad. I knit these both toe up. I know, who am I? I haven't knit toe up socks in a long time, but I got this pattern. This is the Rainbow Wave Socks pattern. I got this from a book at Knit Picks a few years back, and here, I'll take it off so that way you can see the pattern in the front here. And it's a neat little wave loopy pattern there, kind of. And so the pattern itself was toe up, and I decided to follow it as written mostly. I did make a couple adjustments to it, like I believe it was a heel flap and gusset in the pattern, but I just did an afterthought heel because I didn't want to affect the striping pattern at all. And there was something, in the cuff, I just did a knit to purl to cuff where the pattern itself had something a little bit more extravagant. I don't remember exactly what it was, but it was I believe it was like taking this stitch pattern, and I think you had to change a needle size, and they added a little bit of stripes or whatever. Looked really cute. I just didn't want to deal with that with the knitting one stripe every day. I didn't want to have to worry about how that was going to affect that cuff there, so I just went for the knit to purl to cuff, and I knit them opposite colors. So I did kind of cheat because you were supposed to start with the I think it was the pink side is where you were supposed to start, and I had knit about half of the sock when I decided to knit the second one, and I just wanted to have them be matching but a little different. Sometimes I like doing that. So I decided to just kind of grab the second cake that was there and knit from the outside so that way I could have matching socks that were just a little bit different. So they're kind of fun. Yeah, they're not kind of fun, they're very fun. Anna did a really great job with this dye. Just super bright, just what I love. And then the contrast color had these great speckles. so sweet. So these are great. They look really nice with my shawl here. Like that was the theme of Advent this year. I don't know why, but bright colors for me. I love it. All right, so 15 minutes in and I have gotten through all of my finished objects. That's great. I have a mountain of works in progress here. So let's start talking about those. I'll just grab a bag and we will get going. So this is a bag by, I think it's MLD Threads. I bought this a few years back. I've got a crazy sock lady pin on it. And I have a little, get this little like rope on here. I think, yeah, one of my daughters made this for me with some friendship bracelet thread, so I added it to this bag. So this is just a like really simple vanilla sock that I have. This contrast color down here is I think it's my Leaf Peepin colorway, and then this color here is Stroll by Knit Picks. The colorway is Matcha, and this is just on a 9-inch circular vanilla sock. No big deal. I like having at least one pair going like this, and I use them for when I go for walks. Call them my walk-in socks. I cast these on when we went on a nature hike with some friends, so that was great. On the way there I did the cuff, and then while we were hiking I believe all of this here. I haven't even like done any work on this since then because it's winter and I haven't done a ton of hiking or walking, but just such a nice way to, like, I don't know, remember these trips going out in the woods. That was a lot of fun. My daughters, like the girls group that they're in with their friends, they decided to go for a hike, so we went along with them. It was a lot of fun. So I will keep these over here, and when we get back to hiking and walking, I will have these all ready to go. I like doing them on 9-inch circulars because then I can just knit and don't have to think about anything, and it's super fun. All right, so my next project is in this bag. This is by Midwest Stitches, and this was a Christmas bag that she sent me last year. I love it. It's got this, like, you know, peekaboo window here. And I have a bunch of like Christmassy color sock yarn in here. And I am working on making little mini socks, and I am planning on making a Christmas garland. Did not get it done in time for this year. It's technically still Christmas, but I don't really think I'm going to get this done before Candlemas in a couple weeks. But at least I've got this going, and I can work on it all throughout the year. So I've got, let me see, I've got 5 socks done and 1 more going. So let's go through them. This is just a little teeny vanilla sock. I think everyone is different. This is another little vanilla sock, but with a different cuff. I think this mini was, I got with one of my swaps. I don't remember the colorway at all. This one is Lolo Did It in the Hippos for Apple Picking colorway. This one here has a really stretchy cuff on the top there. And this is in Knit Picks Stroll. What is it? I don't think I'm going to remember the name, but it's the Tweed Stroll colorway there. And then this one is, again, just some minis that I had gotten from a swap. I did a little bit of color work up here. I really like this one. And then this one I did, ooh, I'll show you this side because this is the side that has the seam. And I was just kind of playing around with some color work here. None of these are blocked, so they're a little bit funky looking. But yeah, the plan is to make like a, I don't know, what do you call it when you've got like a string and they're all like hanging from it? I don't remember. A bunting? It's not a bunting. There's something else. I can't remember the name. And then I've got this one that I'm working on. You can see I'm almost done it here, doing some stripes. So yeah, this is my sixth sock. So I've got all this yarn here, and I just kind of will grab this bag and knit a sock. I would think I'm doing them, I think 32, casting on 32 stitches approximately. And then, you know, sometimes I'll do a pattern or whatever. Just taking like the basic sock recipe and scaling it down like halfway. So that's been fun. All right, let's see, I've got 2 more socks. I should talk about those. All right, this is a bag that was a gift. A dear friend sent this over for me. Love it. Galaxy, like space. And this is Hue Loco in the Laurel colorway. I've got 1 sock done already. I knit this in my, I can't think of the name of it. It's my own pattern and I can't, rail yard. This is my rail yard socks, which is a, like a basic ribbed pattern. And I've got 1 sock done here. And I've started the second one. I've got like an inch of a cuff here. Love this yarn. Like, look at this. It is so beautiful. Love this yarn. It's like teal and brown and just, it's not something that I ordinarily would pick, but oh man, I really, really like it. It's so pretty. I like my bright colors, but like sometimes a nice neutral, man. Not that that is like super neutral. It still get some pops of color in there, but super pretty. So working on those. And then my last work in progress for socks are my Holly and the Ivy socks, which I have in this bag by Midwest Stitches. This was her Christmas bag. I love this bag so much. It's got snaps. Look at the inside. Oh, it's so cute. So this is just a vanilla sock on 9-inch circulars. Again, this is my Holly and the Ivy yarn. This was one of my Christmas colorways this year. Ooh, I love this. So I've been working on this mainly like when I take my daughter to her orthodontist appointments. This has been my preferred knit for that. And then like, you know, it's good for car knitting, simple stuff. I have a stitch marker on here that I got as a Christmas present. It's a little L. My friend Jules sent this over for me for Christmas with some other goodies, but so nice, thank you. So that's been on my little Holly and the Ivy socks here. Her mother-in-law made this. It's quilling. Like, look at that. Isn't that fun? It's just paper that's been like spun. One of my daughters actually does some quilling, so I'm a little bit familiar with it, but I haven't done it myself, and I've never seen it as a stitch marker before, so I thought that was really cool. All right. Okay, I've got a sweater. This is the Gray Rig sweater. It's available at Knit Picks, and I'm knitting this for my daughter. This is a really nice cable pattern along the front and back. It's knit. This is the waist here, so it's knit bottom up. I haven't done a ton of work on this in the last like month or so because I've been working on this shawl, but I really want to get working on this again, so that way maybe my daughter can get it before winter's over. I'm knitting this out of Knit Picks Wool of the Andes. This is worsted weight, as you can see, and the colorway is Sapphire Heather. And it's so pretty. I love the Wool of the Andes yarn. It's so nice, and the heather colors are so beautiful. Like they're, you know, you can tell this is like a solid teal color, but when you look really closely, you can see some real like color variations there. Like there's some, oh, look at that. Like you can see some purples and some lighter teal and some darker blues, like so beautiful. And then when it's knit up, it's just really great. And then like the stitch definition with the cables, like, oh, it's just coming out so nice. I'm so excited about this sweater. I'm glad to actually be pulling it out now to talk to you about it, because now it's reminding me how much I like it. So get knitting on it, Lauren. Get knitting. Ooh, there's like jewelry in here. One of my kids, I think, put some like play costume jewelry in the bottom of that bag. I hope they haven't been looking for it. Oh, I should show. This is in another bag by Midwest Stitches. This was one of her fall bags. I love this bag so much. Like, she has been incredible. Danielle makes the best bags. Like, I love her choice in fabric. Like, they're just so fun. So fun. And I'll show you, this is probably like my third, fourth bag that I've shown so far today. In this giant bag that Danielle sent me. This is, and I think she said it was extra large, like a sweater blanket size, because I have a blanket in here. And this is another one that's got just lots of like fun little pictures in there, like look like all of the crafting things. Got some embroidery and scissors and sewing and socks. Oh, love this bag. So in this bag is my last work in progress. This is the Hue Shift Afghan, again available on Knit Picks. I have a lot of projects that I'm working on from Knit Picks. This has been a big, like, I think I saw that, like, I don't know if it's been out for 20 years or if it's just like part of their 20th anniversary of one of their big famous patterns, the Hue Shift Afghan. You've probably seen it in like the rainbow colorways. I am doing mine in the decor colorway. So it's brown and gray and some blue and teal. And I got the first quarter done. Actually, I think it was, yeah. This is the first quarter. So you'll see that, whoop, you're taking these colors and like mixing them together for each of these mitered squares in a pattern. And so each square is just a little bit different. And it looks so nice. I'm really looking forward to this. I had started this blanket like, I don't know, 3, 4, 5 years ago. But in the rainbow colorway, that like the original colorway. And I was still kind of a new knitter, and I was knitting it up way too loose a gauge, and I would have run out of yarn. So I ended up, I don't even think I got a quarter done, and I gave up. I think I got rid of everything. Or like gave like the whatever yarn I had left over, I gave to my kids to play with. So that way they could learn how to knit. And I've always been kind of sad that I didn't get that blanket done because I really did like it. The yarn is really affordable. So it just like, it's a big blanket project, but it's not like a ton of money to get the kit for it. So it's like a fun, like nice introduction, I guess, into blanket knitting that's not going to break the bank. And plus they're just gorgeous. These Afghans are just gorgeous. So I wanted to try it again, but I didn't want to do the rainbow one again because I was kind of like just bummed that I wasn't able to get it done the first time. So I was looking at the different colorways, and I ended up deciding to do the decor one, which is, again, I'm like bright colors. Why would I have picked these neutrals? I honestly don't know what I was thinking that day, and the yarn came in the mail and I was like, oh, I really wish I had gone with like one of the rainbow ones because they look really fun. And so I was kind of like disappointed with myself almost to have picked this neutral stuff. But then I started knitting it, like, whatever, I'm just going to try because like obviously it spoke to me at one point, so let's just go with it. And I'm really, really enjoying it now. I'm really happy with this. Like, I think really what I was thinking is it would be nice to have in my living room because the colors are nice and neutral. That way anybody can use it. It'll look nice, like folded up on the couch or whatever. And so, yeah, I really was excited about it at first, and then I wasn't so sure. And now I'm really excited about it again. So I'm really happy. I did end up buying more yarn to knit another one. We'll see if I do it. The colors that I got for the other one, I just picked my own colors, and I went with bright like pinks and purples and like really girly colors. So when I get this one finished, I may use that to knit another one. But like, you know, the way I envision it, I don't want to follow a pattern. I want to be crazy and pick my own colors. But this is a great pattern. Like I love mitered squares. That's like the Cozy Memories blanket that I've been working on forever. That's a mitered square. This is done slightly differently. I actually did the little trick that I use to get the edges nice and simple to pick up stitches where so at the end of every row, I slip the last stitch and hold the yarn in front. And then at the beginning of every row, I knit through the back loop of that first stitch. And that gives a really nice border. So that when you go and you pick up stitches to cast on for the next square, it's really simple to do that. You just pick up in each one of those little like V's right there. That was a trick that I learned from the Crazy Sock Lady when she did her Cozy Memories blanket. And so that's not in this pattern, but I did add it to this pattern and very happy that I did. So if you choose to knit this one, that would be my trick to do. So I think I have it written down in my Ravelry page that's what I did. So if you're looking for that information, you can always look at my Ravelry page and find that, or message me on Instagram or here on YouTube, and I would be happy to explain to you how we did that. So I got this first quarter done, and then I've got I've got 2 blocks done of the next quarter. So this is a long-term project, like any blanket is going to be. So I think I've been working on it for 3 months now. So hopefully I'll get it done in a year. We will see. So there is all of my works in progress. Very cool. So let's talk about a little bit of stash enhancement. I don't have a ton, but we can talk about what I have. I did make a few Knit Picks orders, so I'm not going to show everything that I ordered. Like I said, I got a bunch of this Brava yarn for the Hue Shift Afghan. I got because it was on when they had their mega sale. I got a bunch of these for like I think $1 or $2 a ball, which is like really good. So I got a bunch of different colors to do a different Hue Shift Afghan someday in the future. I also got a bunch of that Brava yarn to do some sweaters for my kids. So just all various colors. I'll show them as I get into it. I also got some Felici yarn because this is all part of like when they had their mega sale. Like this is the Double Dog Dare colorway. I got 2 balls of this, and then I got 2 balls of Friendly Skies. So I'm excited about these. I don't really know who I'm going to knit these for. I might save them and give them to my kids because I know Julie talked about wanting to do some self-striping socks. She generally likes DK yarn though, so I don't know if she's going to be interested in these, but I suppose she could always hold them double. There is that option. But I got these for a really good price, and who doesn't need some Felici around, right? I talked about this on my Vlogmas, but I figured I'd mention it again. This is the Daisy Stitch Co. colorway, the Cozy Christmas colorway. And look, I forgot that it came with this stitch marker too. So cute. This was dyed up to match this bag, so I had to buy it. And I still haven't finished this pair of Christmas socks, so I will eventually get to these. Look at how pretty. This is going to be self-striping too. I cannot wait. So, you know what? You can knit with Christmas yarn year-round, so I will just save that, and it's totally fine. Let's see. I have this colorway from Area 51 Fibers. I actually had bought 2 skeins from her. I got another 50-gram skein, which I've already knit. It was the Christmas Under the Gum Tree, which was like green and pink. I will put a picture up here. I've already finished those. I gifted them to my daughter, so I don't have them with me at the moment. But this is the first time that I've ever knit with Area 51 Fibers. Danielle's been talking about them And so I had to try it out. So this is the Sturdy Alien base, which is a 80% superwash merino, 20% nylon. I didn't talk about the other one, the Daisy Stitch Go. I think it was 75. Yeah, the Daisy Stitch Go one, 75-25. This is 80-20, which is like a little bit plumper. Is it a 2-ply? I think it is. Yeah, it looks like a 2-ply. It's really soft. So this colorway is I'm in Autumn. It's beautiful pinks and browns. Oh, I'm excited about this one. I do love a self-striping colorway. Actually, all of these are self-striping. Isn't that funny? I enjoy my crazy variegated ones too, but you know, sometimes there's something nice about, hey, self-striping. One of these days I'd like to try my hand at doing some self-striping. I don't have like a big warping board or anything like that, so I'm gonna have to come up with some sort of engineering feat to get the really big loop of yarn that I'll need, but I don't know. I'll come up with something. I'd like to give that a try. I mean, I've done like micro striping, but I'd like to try doing something a little bit crazier someday. So let's see. My last stash enhancement is a birthday present from Danielle, who let me get this. Who surprised me yesterday. This came in the mail. I was not expecting this, and she sent me some needles. These are all 9-inch circulars from Chow Goo, which I love. I got a size 00, a size 0, and a size 1. And I've used the 0s and the 1s before, so super excited about those. I haven't used the 00, but I know that will come in handy. Definitely. Especially like with a really thick yarn. Like actually, if I knit this on a 9-inch circular, or actually even better, like Knit Picks Hawthorn is really super plump. I'll probably need that 00 just to get it like really nice and snug. I love doing that, like a really plump yarn, using a really small needle to get it like really super dense, but then still have like the same gauge. So that's probably what I will use that for. And there's also this adorable little stitch marker. It's an ice cream cone. Let me take it out of the bag so you can see it better. Look at how cute it is. I love it. It's so sparkly. Super cute. And then along with this, all these goodies, she also sent me a bag, a coffee time bag, and a needle cozy. Look at this. I don't know if she has any more of these in her shop. This was an update that she just had. I will double check and look to see if she has any more of these because they're so cute. This like fabric on the inside. It's like slightly iridescent. Oh, it's so cute, little polka dots. And she always has these great little latches here so that you can put your stitch markers on there. And then these little cozies for your needles are super great, so that way you don't lose stitches on there. Awesome. And then she sent me yarn too. Look at this. Look at this. I got Mandy's Makings. This is the If You Were a Melody. This is the 50-gram sets where you get 2 different 50-gram minis. Yeah, they're both 50 grams. And this is 75%, 25%, which is my favorite base. Oh, it's so cute. And it's going to go so well with like the ice cream, that little ice cream stitch marker. So this, I am planning on this being my birthday cast on tomorrow, because it'll be perfect because it's a birthday present and they're so cute and pretty in my little coffee bag. Oh, so thank you so much, Danielle. I already messaged you, but thank you. Mwah. It was really, I appreciate it so much. Okay. Yeah, so that is all of the new stuff. Oh, I've got a few colorways that I am going to be adding to my shop soon. I haven't done it yet. I got some like Valentine's Day colorways, so they figured we could talk about those a little bit. I don't have names for them yet though, so you just have to bear with me. This first one, this beautiful pink and purple one, is inspired by my day one mini, which is here. This was the Angels We Have Heard on High mini. And a lot of people loved it. So I decided to dye up a full size in something similar to that. I don't have the exact recipe, but it was certainly inspired by, has similar colors, that bright pink and that bright neon purple. So I'll have a few of these to go in the shop. Like I said, I haven't named this one yet, but it is inspired by the Angels We Have Heard on High from day one. I've got a few of these, and this one is in my 80-20 blend. So look for that if you're interested. And then I've got two different Valentine's Day colorways. These are going to be Valentine's Day minis. So this is going to be a 50 gram mini with a 20 gram. Oops, I've got a hair on there. So these are great for shorty socks, or you can still get a decent size sock out of a 50 gram mini. But it's a nice way to get some yarn without having to spend like a full size price. And I actually really like the 50 gram skeins with a mini, because I don't generally make really tall socks. So these 50 grams are perfect for me. And like, look at this one. These pinks and some like navies and purples. And then this mini here has like all these different colors in it. So look for this one. And then this last Valentine's colorway is another 50 gram main skein with a 20 gram mini. Also for Valentine's Day, also with no name. And this one has got some like nice deep reds and some pops of magenta, which I then pulled for this mini here. So I thought this would be really fun for Valentine's Day. So I am planning on taking pictures of these hopefully tomorrow or the next day and getting them uploaded to my site. So keep an eye out for these if you're interested. And I think that's it. 42 minutes. How did I manage to do this in all of this in 42 minutes? Awesome. We just like blasted through this. That's great. Yeah, so that is like the catch up for all of my knitting lately. I honestly haven't been doing a ton of knitting. I mean, plenty. But I think between the craziness of the holidays and getting everybody ready for Christmas and everything and doing Vlogmas, I didn't get quite as much knitting done as I would have hoped. I was really, really focused on this shawl, so I did get a lot of that done. We had some like personal family kind of drama going on. Nothing crazy, but you know, I guess a little bit crazy. But my grandfather got very, very sick and passed away on Christmas Day. And so, you know, as you know, if you've had family members die, it's kind of a big process. It's a big deal. You know, we knew that he wasn't doing well, so it wasn't like a super surprise or anything. He was 88 years old, but it still took a lot out of me. It wasn't just the losing of my grandfather, but also the, you know, thinking about my parents. This was my dad's father. So thinking about my parents and being there for them and helping them out and worrying about them and worrying about my grandfather and all of the other things that like go on with this. So that was a lot. And I think it definitely kind of threw me for a loop a little bit. And I've kind of had to kind of back off from kind of the knitting internet world just a little bit. If you've noticed that I've been a little quieter than usual, I think I've just been trying to kind of work through stuff. You know, death has a way of kind of affecting us in all different ways. And like I said, it's not just about the person who dies, but also the people that are left behind. And so it can be a lot. I have talked a little bit about it, so I do appreciate the comments that I've gotten on Instagram and the messages, and people have been thinking about me and praying for me, and it's really, really appreciated. Certainly pray for my grandfather's soul too. His name is Larry. Actually, really interestingly, my grandfather's name is Lawrence, and he named his son Lawrence Jr., and my name is Lauren. So it was, this was how like the family name got passed down. So I've always thought it was just the coolest thing to be named after my dad and, my grandfather. Especially because I'm a girl, and it's a little bit unusual to be named after a man, or in my case, two men. But I've always just thought that was the coolest thing, and so like there was this one real poignant memory that I will always have. The last time that I get to spend time with my grandfather, it was just my grandfather, my father, and I. And at the time, I remember thinking, like, wow, here we are, the three of us all together. So that was really nice. We certainly had good times together. So I remember going golfing with the two of them a few times. I didn't golf. I drove the golf cart. I like golf. I have golfed before. I didn't learn to really golf too well until I met my husband, and he took me a couple of times. I mean, my dad taught me how to go to the driving range, and I certainly get to go to the driving range with him a lot, but I was not really interested in learning how to play golf that much, and I'm not good at it at all. But I mean, I guess, you need to practice more. But I did, when I was younger, I did really like driving the golf cart around. So when my grandfather and dad would go golfing a lot, and they would let me come along and drive the golf cart. Like that was the greatest thing. So that is one memory that I will always treasure. So yeah, that's been the big stuff going on in our lives here. It's January. Things are quiet because I am celebrating my 40th birthday tomorrow, which is crazy. I'm going to be 40. Like, what? I don't feel 40. I feel like I'm 20 still. Except maybe in the morning when my back's hurting, But other than that. So yeah, we don't have anything crazy planned for my birthday. The usual, like, I get to pick dinner. It's funny, Thomas has been saying, like, Mom, I want you to pick tacos for your birthday. I want to eat tacos for your birthday. So, I don't know if we're going to go with tacos. I think Jeff was saying maybe we'll go get like steak tips or something. We'll do something like that. Poor Thomas. No, he'll love the steak tips. He's totally fine with that. But, and then I think Abby's going to make me some pineapple upside down cake for my birthday, which is my favorite cake. Love pineapple upside down cake. So I'm looking forward to that. So I guess that is the end of the episode here. Thank you so much for watching and for catching up. I hope that you all are enjoying the quiet of January after everything, and that you're getting some good knitting time in by the fire or all cozied up with a blanket in the living room, watching TV, having hot cocoa, all that good stuff. So thanks so much for watching, and I will catch you again later. Bye-bye.